The year was 2011. I was waiting for my best friend to get off the airplane at the airport. He just got back from Iraq. He was given some time away to get some R&R and just have some fun. We decided to spend some of our time while he was back visiting his little brother in Rolla. He just graduated from college and he was celebrating his victory over academia. Going into the working world, he was very excited. So we make our way down from St. Charles to Rolla, having a good time, listening to music, kind of sharing some stories about things that have happened while he was gone. And he shared some war stories that he wasn't exactly supposed to speak about over the phone. So when we get there, the party was really rocking. Everybody was having a good time. Bunch of nerds playing video games and, I don't know, thrashing and, enjoying metal. I don't know if you all play or listen to metal, but I really like metal, and all of my friends do as well. Johnny, a fantastic fellow, he directed us to the basement where we were playing Mario Kart, and he showed us a table. And this table was a pretty fun table. It was one where they used all their notes. So they would write, like it was a whiteboard table, so they would write down what they were doing while they were studying, and it was easy for them to work together because there were about 4 of them who lived in the house. So he was excited. He said, HJ, this is John speaking, I need you to break this table because I hate it. Because all the work that I had to do to get where I'm at, I'm just done with it. So I said, no problem. I then jump up on the couch and body slam this entire table. It is shattered. The entire thing is in splinters and pieces, and we all have a good laugh about that. Later on, we're all having a bit of a good time. Remember, this is a while ago, and my friend was in the Army, so there was probably some things we shouldn't have been doing, but we were having a good time. Danny and I were moshing, because this is what we do. And that's just for you who might not know. Moshing is just bumping into each other with vigor and having a great time and just beating each other up, generally speaking. So it was at that point, I literally got pushed in the air from Danny as he's moshing, and then I land. And so I'm kind of like, okay, I'm going to get him back. So I jump up, but as I come down to essentially hit him, I trip and I kind of land funny, and then I push up at the exact same time. Doing that, because I was a little bit heavier back then, I broke my leg. Now, I didn't just break my leg. I broke my leg in a way that only a car accident could have broke my leg. To this day, I don't understand how it happened, especially to the extent of the damage, but I broke what is called the tibia plateau. For you, I guess, autonomy majors or whatever, anatomy majors, you would know that is the front of your tibia where it plateaus. I sheared off with my other bone. It was a fantastic experience. I then went, so that after that, I'm on the floor. So I jump, I break, and I immediately stop and I sit down. And I said, guys, something's wrong. And they're all having a good time. They're jumping around me. They're like, yeah, having a good time. And I'm like, no, guys, seriously, there's something wrong. And Danny, man, I love this guy. Great dude. He picked up a piece of the table that was on the ground. I'm on the ground in semi-fetal position looking up at Dan. And I said, Dan, something's wrong. And all I see looking up at Danny was this board coming around, and he smashes it on the back of my shoulders, breaking it into smaller pieces. At that point, everybody got quiet because a man has just been assaulted. I just start laughing. Because I couldn't do anything else. I was in so much pain. My leg was broken. I didn't really know it at the time. And now there's pain in my back, literally pain in my back. We went to the hospital. That's a whole different story. But ultimately, I tell this story because that is one of my favorite memories from Dan. We grew up together. I've known him since I was 12. I'm 38 now. And that's the story I tell to people to kind of give people an idea who Dan really was. Dan passed away earlier this year. But just having that story in my back pocket to talk about Danny, to bring up at parties or, gatherings with family and friends to talk about Dan, that's one of my favorites because it really was he was just a lot of fun. And that is probably one of my fondest memories, is Danny beating me up.